Is NIO really the next Tesla, or is NIO already massive overrated? Hi folks, this is Björn from Become Financially Independent, and today I present the promised NIO analysis with the latest news. But with further ado, let's get started. As always, I will talk first a bit about the history, then the business model and what they do different compared to Tesla. And at the end, my conclusion, and if it's in my opinion a buy or not. NIO was founded in November 2014 by William Li, and his nickname is the Elon Musk of China, who's in my opinion a really charismatic leader. And if you want to believe the rumor, he founded NIO, which means literally sky blue coming motor vehicles, because he was walking with his son through the city and the air was so polluted that he thought he needs to change this. Before NIO, he was the chairman of BitAuto and Next EV. After the launch of NIO, several companies invested in NIO, such as Tencent, Baidu and Lenovo. Its first model, the NIO EP9 sports car, which looks really awesome in my opinion, debuted the same day the brand was established. In October 2016, NIO announced that it had been given an autonomous vehicle testing permit by the California DMV, and it would begin testing on public roads under the Autonomous Vehicle Tester Program guidelines as part of its autonomous vehicle program. According to the company, it planned to launch vehicles with the level 3 and level 4 autonomy. In end of June 2018, the production and delivery started for the ES6, which is an all-electric 7-seater full-sized SUV. And in May 2018, NIO opened its first battery swap station in the Nanshan district of Shenzhen, Guangdong, China. But only batteries for the ES8 cars would be available for the station. In September 2018, the company filed for a $1.8 billion initial public offering on the New York Stock Exchange, means they went IPO. And this year, NIO plans to list as well in the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, which is huge. In 2019, NIO released the ES6, which is an all-electric 5-seater mid-sized SUV, and end of 2019, NIO released the EC6, which is a 5-door, 5-seater crossover SUV with a sloping rear part of the roof. It is a crossover coupe counterpart to the more boxy ES6. It is going to be offered with an option for the 100 kWh battery larger than currently available on the ES6. In late April 2020, NIO announced a $1 billion in new funding from a group of Chinese investors, which was needed due to the company's struggles to sell its vehicles due to the corona pandemic and China's reducing its subsidies, and the $1 billion definitely helped NIO to survive. In August 2020, NIO launched Battery as a Service and formed a battery asset management company in collaboration with contemporary Aperex Technology Co. Limited, CATL, and the Hubei Science Technology Investment Group. The NIO ET7 was unveiled in China on 9th of January this year at the NIO Day event in Chengdu. It will be launched in early 2022 with a starting price of $69,200 and it acts as a direct competitor to Tesla's Model S. The NIO ET7 comes available with 3 battery options: a 70 kWh battery range of 500 km, a 100 kWh battery with a range of 700 km, and a 150 kWh solid-state battery with a range of 1000 km, which has an energy density of 360 Wh per kilogram. So now you know a bit of NIO's history, and now let's have a look at the business model and see what they do different compared to Tesla. NIO has a software development center in Silicon Valley, Cali, and a development center in Munich, Germany with 100 employees. They design cars and develop new ideas, And these ideas and developments do not come in their own factory, and they do not produce their own cars themselves. Instead, the whole plans move to JAC, another Chinese automobile company which takes over 100% the production of the NIO cars, which is a very important point if you are a shareholder and ask in which shares should I invest now. Then of course you always compare companies with each other. And if you now compare Tesla with NIO, then you can see here that there is a clear difference in the procedure, where Tesla produces everything itself in their gigafactories and has relied heavily on it from the beginning, and therefore had a lot of difficulties at the beginning with funds and such. NIO instead has always relied heavily on cooperation and has his cars produced, and therefore a certain percentage of the profit from the sales goes to JAC. NIO attacks Tesla. That was good to see in January, for example, as NIO has presented a new model, and that is the sedan ET7, and they have already advanced into a new segment because so far they have been more focused with high-priced SUVs, and now the sedan. The first model or the first version of it should be released in January or in the first quarter 2022. And in the same year, probably in the last quarter, a new version should come out that is then much more powerful with a 150 kilogram watt-hour battery. And that battery should have a range of more than 900 miles. Because we have this problem with the batteries, so of course the performance is a problem. Then of course, how do I charge it, how long it takes, and all these questions. And NIO has something innovative, namely battery as a service. We know software as a service, but NIO has now applied that to batteries. And you can buy the cars in the classic way with the battery, but you can also buy them without a battery. You can just drive to the gas station and throw out the empty battery and change it to a new full one. Of course, that works not at every gas station, that only works with a so-called swap station. The advantage is that it takes about as long as a classic gas station visit. Hence, that goes really fast. Empty battery out and then the full battery in. Up to date, NIO has built over 198 power swap stations which have completed over 1 million battery swap orders, 120 power change stations, 316 destination charge stations, and 380 public chargers are currently available. New is as well that they have now NIO One Click for convenience, where you can call NIO and then comes a NIO power specialist and charges your battery or swaps it. And now of course the question is, what has to happen so that NIO justifies the high ratings and expectations, and that they can maybe surpass Tesla or maybe even compete and will be becoming a really successful company in the long term? One is that NIO has selected the NVIDIA Drive Orin system on a chip SoC for its new generation of electric vehicles, which will offer advanced automated driving capabilities. NIO is working to make consumer adoption of smart performance-packed electric vehicles a widespread reality. At NIO Day, the company annual customer event, the EV maker revealed its NVIDIA Drive Orin powered supercomputer dubbed Atom, which will first appear in the ET7 sedan and will ship in China starting 2022. The cooperation of NIO and NVIDIA will accelerate the development of autonomous driving on smart vehicles. NIO's in-house developed autonomous driving algorithm will be running on 4 industry-leading NVIDIA Origin processors, delivering an unprecedented 1000 plus TOPS in production cars and will be better than Tesla's version. The second milestone would be the high-performance batteries that will probably come at the end of 2022. with a range of more than 900 miles. And now we come to the point, and that was a really smart move from NIO. They made autonomous driving a product itself and sell it separately. NIO got a bit of inspiration from Netflix, I think. From this classic subscription model, the customers should then pay monthly for the fact that they can fully use the autonomous driving in order to get the full benefit, and that should cost around $750 per month. And of course, it will generate more income for NIO. The next point is the so-called LiDAR technology. And here I will not dig deeper into it for shorten a bit the video, but it's about distance measurement and speed measurement. NIO further, they have as well NIO clubhouses where they try to build a brand. So when you have a NIO, you can go in there and have a coffee, or you can go to the library and be together with other people who owns a NIO. But now I come to the analysis. But here I have a bit of a problem with NIO, as you cannot compare NIO with Volkswagen or BYD, for example, because the ratings are completely different, as this company is at a completely different stage. NIO reported financial results for Q4 2022 on the 1st of March this year. That missed analysts' expectations. The company posted a loss per ADS that was bigger than what analysts had forecasted. Revenue also missed expectations. Vehicle deliveries, the result of which were released in early January, beat analysts' forecasts, however. Let's just look at the bare numbers, which are not that great now. So in 2020, the company was on the verge of bankruptcy and had to be rescued with $1 billion syringe, and since then NIO shares have skyrocketed. And the company today is one of the world's most valuable automakers, but just now NIO sold the stamping line equipment for 31 million that it had previously ordered to Tesla in order to maintain its capital. Shares of NIO have soared over the past year. Before the $1 billion investment by the state officials from the city of Hefei in April 2020, the EV maker shares were trading at around $3.30 each. They rose as high as 66.99 per share in early January of 2021, before trading sideways over the next month and then pulling back sharply in the recent weeks, now to $36 per share. NIO stock earns an EPS rating of 51 out of 99 and an SMR rating of D. On a scale of A+ to A worst E, the EPS rating compares a company's earnings growth versus other companies. The SMR rating measures sales growth, profit margins and return on equity, so it's really bad. On March 1st, NIO delivered a wider than expected loss for the fourth quarter. NIO lost 14 cents a share as revenue more than doubled to 1.02 billion. Quarter over quarter, NIO saw vehicle margins expand and cash nearly double, while earning remains elusive. Losses are narrowing and the Piotrowski score is only 3 from 9. But analysts expect NIO to pare losses to 42 cents per share in all of 2021, from 66 cents in 2022. Revenue is seen more than doubling to 5.23 billion in 2021. Analysts say it's expected to grow earnings further than 75% in 2022 as a revenue increases 80%. So there we see a positive expectation from the analyst side, and with the demand growing rapidly driven by brand awareness and consumer sentiment shifting, I believe NIO is on a track to be market leader in the China premium segment. But if they will succeed worldwide, it's hard to predict, as Volkswagen is now changing as well rapidly to electric vehicle. And in the States, Lucid Motors will start the production this year, and then you have Tesla on top of it. NIO is looking to increase EV production capacity to 10,000 units per month in the second half of 2021 and expects to reach 150,000 units per year in the first quarter of 2022. Currently, it's limited to 7,500 units per month due to the chip shortage and robust demand for its new longer range batteries. Hence, the next month they won't be able to produce as much as they would like. NIO currently sells the ES8 and the ES6 electric SUVs and a new EC6 electric crossover. However, analysts are bullish about both China EV sales and global EV sales in 2021. EV sales are expected to rise more than 30% to 1.8 million units in China, according to the China Association of Automobile Manufacturers. Globally, EV sales are expected to rise 70% in 2021. But as we can see on the slide, NIO is far behind Tesla and BYD, for example. And before we come to the conclusion, if it's a buy or not, I just wanted to say, because I get frequently asked how I learned all this stuff or where I got my knowledge from. Well, I got them mostly from books, and I listed some of the best for you guys in the description field below, in case you're interested. But what means all of this? Well, as I said, NIO is really hard to analyze, as for one point they don't generate earnings, but on the other side, I believe they have a charismatic CEO and a good business model, and actually already producing cars, and are not in startup anymore, like for example Lucid Motors. I will link up here the video to Lucid Motors analysis, in case you're interested. But then you have this high competitive market with Tesla, and now the Germans changing their strategy as well. So I believe it will be not an easy time for NIO. So for me, with all the numbers and facts, NIO is still overrated and the risk is just too high. As we have as well the China risk. So if China's government decides to stop the funding or playing by the rules, but again, that is just my opinion. But let me know in the comment box below what you think and what your opinion is. That's for today. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay focused and don't get greedy.